Hello there, what's the story, what's the crack, how y'all keeping? This is the ThePandaPuncher. Yes, ThePandaPuncher, welcome back to Let's Play some Hearts of Iron 4. And yeah, in the last video the Germans declared war on the Soviet Union and we were called into that war, so we have to start focusing on that. We are starting to throw basically green troops into this army in order to make some sort of impact, because a lot of our goals are focused on taking on the Soviet Union in some capacity. We are also dealing with continuing naval invasions from the Allies down in Greece. They've managed to take this back, and quite a strong presence here now with 15 units. Quite a few from Belgium. You've got then 2 or 3, or 4 units in total from the United Kingdom. But yeah, overall, things are quite static, which is probably why the Germans felt it was time to start pushing this way, because everything over here is... Oh, I was wondering, I saw German units quite close to England, but they're boats that are down close to the north of France. In terms of our overall goals haven't changed, we just have to deal with what we have here. The date is 5th of September 1940, which as far as I mind is, around the start or the early days of the Battle of Britain. And on this day in particular, the only significant event that I could find that happened was and around here, Thames Haven was targeted. There was oil storage tanks there, and the fires, which is about 30 miles from London. The fires could be seen from London, and just overall, the Battle of Britain is well underway in reality at this time. But as for now, it's the Eastern Front we have to focus on, and that's just what we shall do. We have our secondary army down here, basically just infantry units, 1 tank unit. To deal with whatever forces land this way. I do think that they will have a decent push, and on that note we should actually... Can you do that? Shift and then... No. That is not what I want. Halt. Halt. That's not what I wanted to do. It is not what I wanted to do. Right, I want you to... I just want these 5 units. Cancel orders. What's halt? Now, can you do that? No, you can't. You have to go through this damn region. We'll worry about that in a bit. So, modify government. I remember looking at this the last time, and there wasn't much I wanted to change. There really just isn't. We have served by requirement already. The only thing we could do is all adults serve. But that'll really hamper our factory output and construction speeds, so I don't think we'll do that just yet. And for now we should be okay. In terms of the economy, we could have a closed economy, so we keep all of our exports, but I think limited exports is what we want for now, and war economy, that's just not. We could go total mobilization. I don't know, war economy, consumer good factories is only 50%, military factory construction speed is 20%. With total mobilization, it's 30%. Consumer good factories. This might be worth doing. Might be worth doing. Recruitable population goes -3 though. So we'll actually not do that for now. We do have air wings available, but we'll leave them for now. No divisions of basic training, that's fine. Resources are always going to be an issue. But for now, we'll just on pause and see what happens. I'm hoping this plan becomes a bit better at some point as the Germans continue pushing here, and hopefully the Soviets start pulling away a few troops. And then just as our units get into position, and well, some units not in position is -50%, so that's just gone. So we need prep, and then we do have a large river crossing, which is always an issue. But again, once the plan has some sort of positive factor to it, then we're probably going to push, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue then. Superior enemy, that's not so good. Again, we are running at speed 5, which is okay for now. How are we down here? You still... lots of trips, you're going to start pushing. Don't want that. CU 7 units. We don't need a lot of units to hold back this, because it is a crossing. We could leave just some token units there. You can go there with your other mountain unit. These 7, you can come to here. And that should be okay. And use 5. Don't like this. Not use move in there. Yeah, take the land, take the land. Right, let's go down to speed 3 here a second so we know what we're doing. And now you attack them from behind to bop them. Fantastic. Now come down here and let's clean this up. Should be quite important. How's everything going over here? This plan is still crap, so we won't worry about it for now. The fall of Hong Kong. Troops from the Empire of Japan have captured the British Crown colony of Hong Kong after breaking through the gin drinkers' line and landing on Hong Kong Island itself. The situation soon became untenable for the defenders, and the governor surrendered in person at the Peninsula Hong Kong Hotel, where the Japanese had established their headquarters. After a brief ceremony, a new Japanese governor was installed, who announced a new Hong Kong to the world, free of Western colonialism. Okay, so now, let's see what we can do with these guys. Again, the cavalry, they're not really anything we're too worried about, because they're going to go do their own thing. No, not use. Use. I want you to go here as well. No, the other units, one to go there. And then the other 2, they can do their thing. Let's go speed 4 for this. Just want things to move around a bit quicker. Now you can go there. No, that's not what I wanted. Now you can support them from 2 sides attack. You should be able to push them back okay. And then our cavalry can move in and occupy the ports and all that lovely stuff. You know what, you can help that attack as well. I think that should be okay then, and maybe we can... You know what, we're going to take 4 of these units. Let's just pause a second. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can join that front. And that should be enough troops to keep down here to defend whatever nonsense happening down here. You know, you can go to there, help take this unit from behind. Just to speed it up, lose less troops, and just end it for now. Have they not? Oh, we've taken that. Thank God for that. So he's left with 11 units. I'm thinking maybe if... Let's just take stock here for a second. Let's pause. So he has 11 troops left. So leave him with 2 mountain units, the tank, the 3 mountain units in the tank. So everything from this side, the rest of these, can go join this guy. And his army can stay here, and it can be used to defend any sort of naval invasions we get along this front, because that's just going to be a continuous issue. So yeah, so you know your plan is probably getting better, but still risky. Is it worth? Well, let's actually, you know. Okay, that's not the army I was thinking of. He's your level 4 commander. 20% to attack. That's not bad actually. You have 40 units. Your plan is shocking. We do have a lot of green troops, and we have research details. Now it is 1940, so we got nothing else we need to grab here. We could get 50% off to... That might be worth grabbing. Support companies, that's fine for now. Engineering, no, we'll leave it. Tanks we're leaving for now. Artillery, we're all okay in it. We could get some rocket artillery, but I'm not too fussed. We could improve our anti-tank, which actually might be quite sensible. We'll see what else we have first. We're still doing that. We could start the atomic stuff, but we might get a bonus to it at some point. Enables a radar station. It might be good for the Greek coast. Let's do that. 1 day for that, so let's just wait a tick. Details. So we did. So that's 1944. So we don't have to worry about that for a while. We need to obviously change our production because he had out of date equipment. And let's see. Is there anything in here we want? Could do that. 10% efficiency gain. What are we short on? Does it tell us? Needs rubber. This isn't going to help us with rubber. It's really oil and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, on that note then, we should go grab close air support. Out of date equipment, which is the fighters. So Fighter 2. We have 0 Navy experience, but a lot of air experience actually. So let's actually improve this by a couple of points. That should be enough. And that'll be the Mark 1 Fighter 2s. And you can get a couple extra factors when they become available. Close air support's fine. Medium tanks are fine. Everything else is top. We are burning through resources. We definitely need to capture some stuff. Do you have wings without any... You can move to this airport surely. And that'll sort that out. No, I don't want to move one. I want to move all. Can't move any more. It's that, so... Yeah, set limit. 100. Okay. You can go to there. And that should be fine. No divisions basic training, that's okay for now. So you, good sir, what's your plan at now? I know we haven't really been playing. There's a risk of naval invasion here. We should hold it off, okay? Again, it doesn't take much to hold off a naval invasion. And plus we do have this army here, which should be put into a different theatre. New theatre. Let's rename you the... What should we call it? So we have the Home Guard, which is your military police and stuff like that. This is an army that we have... Defense forces. Why not? You are the Eastern Front, which is just perfectly fine. Do I push... I don't want to push go on this plan just yet. So what else is this? Germans are... They're winning most of these battles, but the front isn't being pushed massively. Which I don't like. I was kind of hoping that they would be dragging a few of the Soviets up. Again, most of the Soviet forces are there, but they still have quite a few down here, which is the issue. Division's still preparing. How long does it take? Motorization scheme details. That's fine. That's fine. We want to jump on to mechanization, because mechanization will obviously give us a research bonus for some of our motorized stuff, which is what we have coming up, and then this will also give us a 50% bonus to land doctrine. War College is planning speed 10%, military leader cost minus 50%, and starting of new army leaders is +1, and we gain a research slot, which is fantastic. Can't complain with that. What's this one? It's 50% research bonus for land doctrine as well, so that's a big thing. Support units, that's okay. Then maybe we'll start looking at the air stuff, because I don't think we're going to touch much of the Navy, like at all. There's nothing we can do over there. We can do some of this stuff, which production efficiency growths, and yeah, there's really no need to touch on that. And once we have our national focuses done here, we will then start looking at just, you know, taking these, which is just a continuous little benefit. Why aren't you doing anything? I want you to control and click to that, which would be great. Thank you very much. We don't have any other units just randomly not doing stuff. Hold on, if we select all, can we select all? Yes, just reaffirm, get those 40 divisions all assigned there. And let's keep ticking, and that should hopefully... I know now divisions are not in position and people are not preparing, but I forgot that assigning divisions to that army doesn't necessarily assign them to the orders that that army had, which is just always annoying. So a lot of the Soviet units are facing attrition. People's Republic of China has capitulated. Hirohito has announced that the cowardly Chinese nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of Japanese forces throughout the country. The Chinese government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. Their main forces have capitulated and Japan is now in control of their home area. Though the war against what remains of the Chinese United Front continues elsewhere, this is a great victory for all of the Axis. So let's just take a wee look at the situation in Asia. So yeah, Japan is just kicking ass, as Japan usually does in the early game. Yeah, so they're going to focus on nationalist China now, which is, well, or just China. Siam's under pressure, Australia hasn't been touched, the United States is probably still being quiet, and yeah, things are sort of pretty static right now. I'm glad we cleaned this up down here in the short term. I was worried that it was going to be just a non-stop, just back and forth, wee mini invasions, having to deal with this micromanaging. It's just not what I want to do. So what I really want is for everything here to just hurry up, get into position, and hopefully we can start. Yeah, that's all the missions I want you to do. Do we have any other planes? I don't think so. I know we have some unassigned air wings. Ah, we have ones here. That's 200 set limit. You can't go to that one. You go to that one. Yeah. So what else do we have? Ooh, okay. We have interwar fighters, which isn't really the best in the world, but that's fine. Okay. We want you there as well. Nope, that's the ones I'm looking for. Get you over here. Deploying. Just more naval invasions warnings and all that fun stuff. Fun. Why is your plan taking so long? We still have divisions out of position. You know, we're going to crack it up to speed 5 just to get things moving, which would be great. Move to there, please. Thank you. And you join this as well. That and that. Normal operations. You over there as well with that. Don't care about naval strikes. Normal operations. Day and night. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see what our production's fine. We're on to the military factories. We have a bunch of radar stations coming up. And yeah, I just want to bump up the military factories for now. Even though logistically we are short in some anti-tank, but we have an abundance of infantry equipment, artillery. You know what? We're actually going to cut back on the infantry equipment because we just don't need that much. So we have that's actually just nicely rebalanced everything. So your plan's getting better. Is that everybody in position? Yes. Do we start pushing? Let's go to speed 3 and temporarily push and see what the crack is. Or not? Are we not at war? We aren't at war with them. What? Hold on then. Hold on. Can we offer to join their war? Join wars. German-Soviet war. Send. This should be fun. There we go. And across most of the line we have greens at the moment, so we'll just keep it at speed 3. Sorry. For now. Hopefully take this port to be good straight away. Hopefully the Germans are helping push as well. They are getting attritioned along here. They don't have the best defenses. We have 40 units, or 40 divisions, you should say, along with a shit ton of German divisions, which, you know, yeah, quite a few. Really? You're struggling to take that? I mean, I suppose they are defended by 5. If we can get across this river, it'd be fantastic. Push up to the river would be good as well. Do you have enemy has air superiority in eastern Poland? Okay. Not sure that's a big issue for us right now. Okay, we are pushing the Soviets back, which is good. Eating up their supplies, and they are going to be super stretched now. They had only been focusing on this front, but now we are pushing against them, and that should be good for us. Down here, everything is fine. Yeah, everything's good. Hoping that we can encircle these maybe a little bit. Wish I had more tanks, to be honest. You know what? Let's get used to it into there. Push them back, and hopefully you can encircle some of these units. Now they are starting to hold off because of the river crossing. We do have a tank unit in here, which is fun. You can go straight to there and attack there. You can hopefully join in that. Just double side that one, yes, and then we can surround Odessa, hopefully capture that, and yeah, have nice fun with all these Soviet supplies. So now, land doctrine still ticking away, 65 days. Mechanized, we're waiting for the national focus to help us with that one. It is just on the cusp of 1941, but I'm going to go with the encryption decryption just because it just makes sense to have it as high a level as possible. We are focusing purely on this at the moment, which I'm perfectly fine with. Come on people, get in here. Yes, support that. And then we can get the complete surround on this, which will be fun. Yay! Fun, fun, fun. If it would hurry up, that would be great. We are being held back here. Once we get up to this river, it might be worthwhile pausing temporarily. Just getting a bit of supplies back up. Everybody move into position. The fall of Cairo. Jubilant Italian soldiers entered Cairo city today, moments after the last British units retreated from the city. A victory parade was immediately organised. The Italian soldiers flocked to the Great Pyramids of Giza to get their pictures taken in front of the famous landmarks. With Cairo under his control, Mussolini is now one step closer towards linking Italian East Africa with Italian Libya and forming a contiguous colony in Africa. So let's take a wee look at what the Italians are doing here, and they are actually not doing too bad. The French are causing a bit of an issue down here, especially in Ethiopia, Abyssinia, whatever you want to call it. But they are, you know, making inroads and doing stuff. The Americans are floating about. Are they floating, or are they actually... Oh, they're actually joining in. That could prove interesting later on. So let's just focus on this again for now. If we get this... There we go. That's what I wanted. See, all these units can now converge on that. Hopefully, we can push them out of Odessa and then just hold the line. They've already pushed back to here. Let's move down into there. Hopefully, we get there before they take it back, which would be great. And they're just winning this one. I don't like it. The Germans are pushing in as well, which helps. I want this surround. If we could push round and come in at this side as well, would be great. But I don't think we will be able to. You're okay. I didn't want it to be super aggressive, which is fine. We've pushed over to the other side of the river here, which is good. If we can do that the entire way along, that'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Because then it'd be a nice fallback line for us. Again, another naval invasion in Greece, but it should be able to hold it off. Can we take this? I don't think so. Okay, maybe. Again, I don't have a great unit balance, but... Okay, let's not focus on that. Let's focus... I really want Odessa. But they are really holding on. They've got a lot of units there. And they just keep piling more in. Okay, let's just forget about it for now. Let's see what the rest of the line is doing. Germans are helping push this. Again, we have our goal at Kiev at the moment here, but primarily we want all of this, which is for the supplies. Okay, a better idea is to ignore this completely and push back and around and then come in from all four sides, or three sides at this point. Okay, so our air force could be brought up to here. which makes sense really, and that'll be the last thing we do. Let's go to there. Ooh, or there. That makes sense. Let's get them going. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a second. Over Ukraine, do all of that lovely stuff. Day, because we don't really have anything else. Interwar bombers. You know what? Move it all. Okay, and you've already got all that. Lovely. Don't have great free military factories actually, which I'm going to pump into the fighters, and then close air support, because that's primarily what we're going to focus with airways. Light tanks, not really producing any of them. How many of these do we have? What are logistics like? Medium tanks, we have 95 medium tanks. Not really enough to convert over yet, but alas. You know, just for handiness, I'm just going to do that. Set limit. Minus 50, minus 50, plus 100, set limit. Just going to do it for all of these. Because it's annoying me. Because if we have planes that fulfill this role, that is sitting there just waiting for orders, I want them just to automatically be deployed. There might be a more efficient way of doing this, but this is the way I'm doing it. Minus 100, plus 100. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to click that. Minus 100, plus 100. And minus 50, plus 50. That should be everyone. Or not, apparently. Are you waiting orders? Ah, okay. Close air support. Port strikes, normal, and daytime. Okay. So our war against the Soviet Union has started. We've gained some territory, but we're not the strongest forces there. We cleaned up Greece and we're holding it pretty well. We've had a couple of threats of naval invasions, but none have succeeded. Might be worth reconsidering looking at Turkey, and maybe even just in the short term pushing up to Istanbul, and we can start controlling the sea routes. Might start thinking about token navy stuff, but one of the things I'll want to do is sort out our trade. We can afford to sacrifice a few factories at this stage, I think, to at least offset one of these two. But that'll have to wait till the next time, because this video is over. So please, 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 please go away until next time, folks. Good luck and goodbye.